Go to Focusrite. This is the driver, device driver. Just go to Focusrite and there's a downloads link that comes up in Google straight away. First thing you have to do in there is select what your device is. So you've got a scrolling menu and you can get straight to a Scarlett, and it'll ask you if it's first generation or second generation or third generation. If you turn the device over, on the bottom you've got a little sticker. Now if it begins with a V or a W, it means it's a second generation. There's like a serial number. If it is an S or a T, it's first generation. Yours, I think, most people are second generation. Then when you've selected which one you want, you just say what am I looking for, and there's another drop down and it'll just say downloads. So if you select downloads, and there's another drop down, it's a bit clunky. There you go, there's a driver. Just download it. You can download it and install it like you'd install any other driver. And that'll just make sure you've got the latest version of the software. Once you've downloaded it, just run it like any other installation of a program, and that's it. So that'll make sure you've got the right driver before you start. So second thing, just make sure it's plugged in USB firmly in there and in the back of the Scarlett. First things first, let's just set up a file. Let's set up a file that's going to be the place where we store stuff that we're going to use in Reaper. So I'm just storing it on my desktop, new file, and just give it a name that means that I know what it's about. So Reaper vocals, stored there. I'm going to put into that track some of the backing tracks, into that folder some of the backing tracks that I've recorded, just to show you there. It's got boring jogging in there, for example. So now we're going to go in, and before we do anything, we're going to save the project so that we've got it in a file, and I'm going to select that folder that I just created, and I'm just calling it testing because that's all we're doing at the moment. And then, so now we've got it saved, we know where it is, it's on the desktop, we know where the file that we want is. So just going to test now that everything is lined up as we want it to be. And so we're going to go to options and down to preferences, and this is just to test that that Focusrite is the default for Reaper. So just move that into middle. So what we should see there is in that first top box ASIO, so we're interested in that one. If it doesn't, you'll see there's a selection, but what we want is ASIO, so it should just say ASIO. Second, it should say Focusrite. So there'll be a couple of options possibly, but make sure it's the Focusrite one. Ignore all of these other boxes, everything here, it'll default, it's fine. The only thing we want to touch is this one, and this is the ASIO configuration box. So click that, and in the first one set it at 48 kilohertz. And on the second one, buffer size, set it at 256. Then just close it. That just makes sure you'll be running right, and then press OK and close it, and you're in. That's it. So from here, it should all be connected.